Another blood red sunset and yet another moon phase, and still another 100 miles to my next resting place. Driving down the road, eyes on the horizon. Within my car, I'm all alone, but feeling good and feeling strong, knowing that this path I'm on brings me to myself. I'm driving.
Hey y'all, I'm Jules. Welcome back to another episode of Spirit Sherpa, the show that helps and encourages you on your journey to unlock your magic mojo. With me as always is the spirit doctor, Kelle Sparta. Hey Kelly, what's up?
Hey Jules, how are you?
I am awesome today. How's your day going?
I'm good. I think everybody just got a surprise.
Hello.
Like, who's this? Who's Jules? Where'd she come from? We're doing a combo here. Jules is being my co-host for the day, and we're going to do a little mini listener profile on her because she's also one of my students and one of the regular listeners of the podcast.
Absolutely. D, all of the above, huh?
Yes. And we're going to have some fun because Jules and I cannot talk without laughing our asses off. So that's just how it's going to be.
Absolutely.
So Jules, tell people a little bit about your journey. You know, how'd you come into spiritual work and where's your journey taken you?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I actually found you on this podcast, which is kind of coming full circle for me. Hello.
There it
right?
is.
And so I found you on the podcast. I really liked the podcast and I loved your energy. I loved how you just cut straight through the bullshit and just went right for it. Right. And gave me the information I was looking for. Because at the time when I started, of course, there's so much information out there, right? Who do you trust? Who do I believe? Who do I not believe? I have contradicting people saying different things and all of that. So as I listened to some other podcasts and all, no names will be mentioned, right? Then I'm sorting through. I'm like, okay, this just doesn't make sense. Next on. And then you got me. And so the more I started listening to you, I was like, okay, she knows her stuff. This is seriously making some sense. Strong woman, passionate about that. And I think that's one of the key things that really hooked me with you is that your passion for this, right? So then I got up my courage. I was so nervous. I had an energy scan. Kathy did my energy scan. Oh my gosh. I was so flipping nervous. I had no idea what a chakra was. I had no idea even what an aura was. I didn't know anything. And so then I was like, okay, let's see what all I'm going to do with this information. So I kind of got with you, started with your program. And oh my gosh, did that Inner Peace 101, it went, seriously, when I tell you it's life-changing, I literally do not recognize myself as I am now versus how I was when I first started, right? So,
well, you did the program with a friend, right?
Yeah, no,
with Faith?
Well, Faith, yeah. Yep. My friend Faith, she was listening to you. She's the one who actually turned me on to your podcast. She's like, so kudos to Faith. She's like, you need to listen to this woman, just awesome. And so when I started the program, I thought being a chameleon was like a really good thing. And I was like, oh, I can change who I am for these different circumstances, different social circles, yada, yada. I was like, yeah, I got this. Oh, I had that so wrong. Oh my God. I can't even make that up. I had that so wrong. And so now, let's see, how long have I been with you? Like a year or so? It's more than that too. Yeah. Yeah. And now I don't worry about who thinks what about me. I've gone into those, into my shadow, right? Did some shadow work, gone into those dark corners, pulled out those things, one I didn't like about myself, other things with childhood trauma, and all of those things that you helped me and the program helped me work through, that I love myself. Everything has changed. And that's what I realized. I really didn't love myself at the time. And I was looking for outside affirmations, outside love, outside approvals, when all along it was inside me. I just had so much crap piled up on top of it, right? I couldn't find it. I thought I had found it, not so much. And, so through that process, I became a much stronger person internally. And so it's like peeling away layers of an onion, right? Just when you think you're like, yay, yeah, not so much. You got some more work to do. But I will never.
Unfortunately, that never stops.
Exactly.
I did a heavy piece of work in my hot tub this morning. So yeah, it just never stops.
It never stops. Well, right. And so you go through life and it's like, okay, well, I'm coming up on this challenge, and am I going to meet the challenge, or am I going to run away from it? Or am I going to change myself so I go around the challenge? I don't do that anymore. It wastes too much energy and all. And so, and the other cool thing that I found that was completely unexpected was the camaraderie and of the group, and those people, that your students, they're amazing. Absolutely amazing. The encouragement, the love, no judgment, no nothing. We just embrace each other. I had no idea I was going to find that. So what oh my God, what a blessing. So yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, and you, of course, are the bright and shiny in the room, your Miss Bubbly personality makes everybody laugh, which of course is lovely. So
thank you.
We're going to be talking about, or not talking, we're actually doing sound healing today.
Oh, yay.
On opening to love. Right. I was originally going to do this just in time for Valentine's Day. And then, I was going on vacation and I got lame, and I threw in another episode that I'd already recorded.
And I didn't get to go with you.
Late, but whatever. What?
I said, and I didn't get to go with you. You went on a fabulous vacation, and I stayed here and worked.
Yeah. Well, it really wasn't that fabulous. And it was actually very drama filled. And that actually triggered the hot tub work that I did this morning. So it wasn't relevant that it was in a hot tub. It was just that's where I was when I did the work. But I've had this history in my life of having little things go wrong every time I try to do something nice, right? So like I go out for a nice dinner and the food is bad, or it's wrong, or it's cold, or it's overseasoned, or it's, whatever, right? And I am the queen of sending food back because it's never freaking right. Right. And so I have gotten more free meals over the course of my life than anyone could ever imagine. And I thought for years that it was me manifesting it, because for years I was poor and going out to dinner was like big deal, right? And manifesting a free meal was not a bad thing. But I am no longer poor, and I would like to just enjoy my damn meal. Thank you very much. Right. And so before I left on this trip, I was like, I'm going on this really nice vacation, to this retreat center that we were vetting to see if we could host retreats there. The answer is no. And I
was the food bad?
Literally did. What
was the food bad?
No, the food was fantastic.
Okay,
food was fantastic. It was they did not understand how to feed a diabetic, which was its own challenge. So my blood sugar was constantly falling, but the food was fantastic. It was. There was drama. There was so much drama. Like they fired somebody on staff while we were there, and it was so much drama, right? And so the upshot is that I literally before I left was like put in a no drama filter in my field. I can't imagine how bad it would have been if I had not done that. But I was just like,
True that.
I was just like, oh my God, right? And so I was working with Kathy because sometimes when things are really ingrained, it's hard to say what's going to happen, right? And so I was working with Kathy, and Monday morning, right? Yesterday morning, I woke up and I'd had these dreams, and I was like, okay, so what do they need? And she's like, well, this is clearly the retreat center and blah, blah, blah. Right. And I'm like, yeah. And so she said, it feels like your mom. And I'm like, because Kathy and I have known each other a long time, right? We know each other's stories deeply. And she's like, well, your mom was a little bit of drama, right? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, everybody was out to get her, according to her. Everyone was out to get her. I kept trying to convince her she wasn't that important. But, got to be important for people to actually be out to get you, they have to actually notice you. But I'm like, yeah, there was that drama. And she's like, yeah, this feels like loyalty to Mom and holding on to that. And, having taken that on, because I ran my mother's life. That was the thing. My mother was 5 years old my whole life. And so I ran her life. And so I was responsible for everything. And, I just, literally to the point where she called me up in college and said she just moved and sent me she mailed me a outline of her house and to scale little pieces of all of the furniture so that I would lay out the furniture in the house before the movers arrived to put it in place. This is how much my mother asked me to run her life. Okay.
Oh my, talk about giving your power.
Yeah, you think, right? So, Kathy was saying, you're going to have to give it back to her, but you're going to have to talk your little kid into giving it back. Right. And I was like, yeah, that's going to be the hard part because the little kid doesn't believe Mom is capable. Right. And so I had to do a whole level of work. And I used some of the techniques from the family constellation work that Kathy does to do this process. And I did a lot of remembering myself being small and Mom being big and Mom taking care of me when I couldn't take care of myself and things like that. But ultimately, I did hand it back to her and be like, I do not need this drama. Thank you very much. Because the drama I was standing in that space on my quote unquote vacation retreat was more drama than I've experienced in 20 years. And I was just like, oh my God, that this is toxic and I want nothing to do with this. Right. It was bad. So I was like, yeah, I need to be done with this. So yeah, I handed that back this morning. So when I say that, now let me be clear, I've cleared drama from my life in the past. There's actually an entire section in my program on the process that I went through 20 years ago when I was getting drama out of my life. And yet 20 years later, here's another piece, right? It's another layer of the onion. And I'm like, okay. And I've been doing work on this for a while, trying to figure out what this is. I'm like, what is this? What is this? What I thought, I couldn't figure it out, right? But no, it was drama. So we are letting it go. And so, Kathy was like, yeah, you better get that done before your book launch. That's the last thing you need is drama around the book launch. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I really don't need that. So I did the work this morning.
There you go. Well, and only a transformational shaman would bring in work for her to do on her vacation before the book launch.
Yeah, I didn't plan that very well. I did come home and have a real spa day. That helped a lot. So I came home and I was like, I need a vacation from my vacation, and I booked a half-day spa. I was like, I got a wrap, I got a salt and rosemary wrap, and then I got a 90-minute massage, and then I had lunch in the retreat in the spa, and then mani-pedi. So yeah. So I had the whole shebang.
That's it. All that ended on a wonderful note. So you actually took time for yourself, loved yourself, woosad.
and at my husband's suggestion, he dropped me off and picked me up, so I didn't even have to drive.
Oh, he is such a keeper.
He is.
That's awesome.
I'm a lucky, lucky woman.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
So it doesn't suck. And on that note, I think that's a good transition for us to go into the sound healing.
That's it. So what's the sound healing going to be for today?
Opening your heart to love.
Okay. And is this going to be, now, is it for singles looking for love, or is it people in general just looking for different types of love that are available?
Being able to receive love into your heart from whatever direction it comes.
Okay. This could be from friends, family members, doesn't matter. Any type of relationship. Stranger
on the street, doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Now, I do remember from listening to other podcasts, other episodes of yours, that usually for sound healing, you don't want people driving down the road because strange things can happen. So is this also one of those?
Yes. Any sound healing that I do, you're not going to want to be driving. You're going to want to be in a quiet place where you will be uninterrupted, because people do journey on these sound healings, which means that you go places. The suggestion is that you close your eyes, you find a comfortable place to relax, where you are not going to fall asleep. Although you could fall asleep. That would be okay. This would be, here's the thing. We think we fall asleep when we're doing sound healings or meditations and stuff. And we may even be snoring and we think we're sleeping. But what's actually happened is that we've exceeded our sphere of assimilation.
Sphere of assimilation. I really hope there's a definition coming behind that end of that sentence. Because I just went,
Yeah. So the sphere of assimilation is our ability to take in and process information in a way that we can comprehend and understand. So, for instance, there's a story in The Secret where the shaman was watching Cortez's ships come in from the ocean. And in their sphere of assimilation, they had nothing that was big enough to be seen on the ocean that far out. And so, because all of their boats were just canoes, right? So he sat there and stared at it for a really long time before he could actually comprehend what he was seeing. And his apprentice next to him couldn't see it at all because his mind just wouldn't take it in, right? It's kind of like the somebody else's problem field in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right? You didn't make it invisible. You just made it somebody else's problem because your brain just can't take in that it's supposed to be there, so it just wipes it.
So it just goes night-night and shuts it all down.
It goes night-night and shuts down, and you think you're sleeping, but you're actually exceeding your sphere of assimilation. You're still taking it in. You're just not able to process it. It's being held in the unconscious until it can be processed.
And then that will be my follow-up question. Later on, we would process that when we are capable of doing so.
Yeah, when your consciousness is expanded to the point where you can grasp it, it will pop back up and go, ooh, bing.
Okay, so that's why sometimes after I meditate, and I actually experience that a lot, then that night and the next few nights, my dreams, oh my goodness, I'm like, wait, what does that purple ship going over through the forest? Because the ship's supposed to be on water, but it's going through the trees. And what is that zebra doing as the pilot of this airplane? And I can't put any of it together.
You sure you're not taking some magic mushrooms?
Right? I could only wish. Wait till I retire. Then we'll be on the magic mushroom bus. But,
come out for the mystery tour.
There you go.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Now that should have given everyone enough time to pull over on the side of the road or press pause until you are safely not driving and you're at your house or in a parking space that you're going to be for a while.
Okay. So I'm going to take a moment and get settled here, and y'all take this time to get comfortable and find your, get a comfy place to sit down, preferably with your feet on the floor if you're sitting, not up in your seat, because it's hard to ground your experience if your feet aren't touching the ground. And, but you're a sovereign being, do what you will. So, and we'll get started. Hi.
Wow. That was great magic mushrooms. Wow.
See? Who needs ayahuasca?
Oh,
Right?
I'm telling you, man. Every time you were, whatever you were doing and you were hitting those low notes, oh my gosh, it's just like a big warm hug. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Wow. Wow. That was absolutely amazing. Woo.
Yay.
Yay. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. And I'm thanking you on behalf of all the listeners too, because they're going to be like, woo, that was, wow. That was pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, and here's the thing about sound healings. You can listen to them more than once. And each time it's cumulative.
Now, what does that mean? So does that mean I get more benefit out of listening to them multiple times?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Right?
I like that. So more is better now.
More is better. My husband's favorite words. More is better.
I think our husbands have that in common.
Little bit.
Just a wee.
So,
oh,
yeah.
That's awesome. Very, very nice. So, Kelle, did you want to mention anything about your book release that's coming up? Oh,
yes. I do have a book release coming up. In fact, fact, by the time this launches, you might have heard of it. It depends on how much I get done. I'm rushing to the finish line right now, so we'll see. But I have a new book coming out called The Overachiever's Guide to Nailing Your Spiritual Growth in Record Time Without Quitting Your Job, Turning Over Your Power, or Joining a Cult.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So,
and you've read it.
I have. Spoiler alert, I have read it. And and honestly, this is what I personally was looking for when I started this journey for myself. As I said at the beginning of the podcast, there's lots of information out there, but it's not organized in a manner that is easy to follow. So you might find work on, tarot cards. You may find work on talking to your spirit guides, whatever, but it doesn't lay out like a journey for you and a path. Because me being a very analytical person on, that part of my brain, I'm like, well, that's great. How do I do this? What's the proper step? So I very much enjoyed it. So,
well, and y'all can thank Jewel because she's actually made it a better book. I'm rushing to the finish line right now, partially because I'm making major edits because she's gone, well, how about this? And well, how about that? How about that? And I'm like, oh, yes. Okay. So yeah,
there you go. No worries.
I'm adding some edit time in, but it's making the book better. So you can say thank you to Jewel for that.
There you go. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you.
There you go. And the best part is it's only $5.
What?
$5.
$5?
$5.
It's a $5 deal from Kelle.
Oh my God, you're hysterical.
And for only $5, Kelle is going to walk you through the process of getting you on your spiritual journey.
Slices and dices and Julien's fries.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Because of the special $5 price, not only can you buy one copy, you can buy a copy for your 2 copies. You can keep one and give one away. There's your promo. You're good.
When did I become Ron Popeil?
I don't know. Well, it's bad because I also realized we have the same color nail polish on.
I was noticing that just like 2 minutes ago. I was like, oh my God, we have the same color nail polish.
And it's not red. It's like blue.
No, it's blue. See, now my shirt matches though.
Yeah, okay. I have blue jeans, so
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, my jeans are black, so yeah, we're good.
That's it. Oh my gosh! Okay. All right, so back on track.
Let's do a little wrap up.
All right.
So, and if you want the book, we will be putting it in show notes the moment that it's available. We'll also be making it available. If you're on the mailing list, you'll get the book. You'll get a promo for the book so that you'll get a link if you want it. So it's freaking awesome, or at least that's what I've been told. So, so wrapping up. Let's see. What do we want to say as a wrap up? The wrap up is...
We need a Kelleism.
Do your work.
That's a Kelleism?
That's the Kelleism. Do your work. The work never ends. And every step you take makes life easier, better, and puts more life in your life.
More life
Stop
in my life.
Stop existing and start living.
Yes. Because
stop existing and start living. Do your work.
I love it. I love it. All right, folks. Well, that's all that we have for this week. Tune in next time when Kelle adds another chapter into your guide to energy, magic, and the spirit world. I'm Jules, here with Kelle Sparta, and you have been listening to Spirit Sherpa. So long, everyone.
Bye.
To my next resting place, driving down the road, eyes on the horizon. Within my car, I'm all alone, but feeling good and feeling strong, knowing that this path I'm on brings to myself, I'm driving